make your way to a seat, and let's just kind of take hold of our knees and rock a little bit left or forward and backward, and left and right. Getting a feeling for your range of motion at this moment. Getting a feeling for your range of motion at this moment. What is your body allowing you to do? What are your hips allowing you to do here? In a way that cultivates ahimsa, non-harm to self. We can also round out these movements by making a circular motion. Sometimes the best way to find stillness is when we start to move our body. And if we've been sedentary for a good chunk of our day, a little yoga can really help to not just help us feel better, but to come into stillness. But first, having some movement, getting a sense of our body, I think is really important for us in our modern times. Feel free to change the direction of your circle when you're ready. And let's I think today we'll work on some hip openers. Let's continue to warm our body up and make our way to all fours onto our hands and knees. It's kind of rocking a little bit. You can rock into a kind of child's pose. And then coming forward into a plank with the knees on the ground, or even a upward dog. Let's see what works for your body here. Let's check out the full range of motion here allowed to you by your muscles, your skeleton, your ligaments. Okay, let's make our way to downward dog and shaking out our head a little bit. Maybe walking our feet in place. Really opening the back side of the legs, opening up the back side of the legs here. You feel the muscles in your calves kind of press or lengthening. And the muscles in your shins at the same time are shortening. So you have this dynamic play. One side of your body is shortening, the other side of your body is lengthening. That's how the stretching works. It's not exactly stretching. It's contracting and expanding. Okay, beginning to draw heels, the backs of the feet down, drawing the backs of the feet down and turning, internally rotating your legs at your thighs, at your hips rather, internally rotating your hips. Shake out the head a little bit if you want to. Really pressing the palms of the hands down into the mat. Okay, let's step the left foot forward. Hoping the sound is still coming through. There's a little wind coming through here. Hopefully the sound is still coming through. Step the left foot forward. rocking. You could have your right knee on the mat or off, really opening up that hip. It's almost like you're stretching a rubber band a little bit. The muscles around the hip bones. What I'm doing is I'm rocking on the ball of my right foot, keeping my toes, my right toes curled underneath my foot and rocking a little bit forward and backward here. It's giving a stretch to my hips, but also my ankle. Okay, let's step the left foot back, downward dog. You can use downward dog. You can use downward dog to rest in a little bit. Really lifting your tailbone up a little higher, bringing your head down a little lower, and keeping the elbows straight. Keeping the elbows straight. Okay, let's step the right foot forward. Same thing, rocking here. Your left knee could be on the mat or off of the mat, either way. Put it on the mat and rock a little bit, or you can have it off the mat and rock a little bit. Okay, and let's step or hop your left foot forward to the front of your mat, lifting your head up halfway, kind of straightening your knees a little bit, drawing your shoulders down your back, away from your ears. Lengthen out the low back. See if you can straighten the knees and lengthen the low back. Okay, from here, let's come up to standing. Find your breath. If you come up too quickly, you could get a head rush here, so take your time. Externally rotating our shoulders a bit. Now let's reach the arms up overhead, locking the thumbs, lengthening upwards. And hold here. Let's hold here for a little bit. Lengthening straight up. Making your body straight as an arrow. You can even come up onto the tips of your toes here. Just keep reaching upwards. So you can imagine space between each vertebrae. Imagine some space between each vertebrae. If you get tired of being on your heels, just come on, or being on your toes, just come on back down. Continue to lengthen upwards, especially the length of your back, kind of pressing upwards, drawing your core inwards as you lengthen upwards. Rib cage is expanding a little bit out to the sides. All right, let's release the hands down and fold forward from the hips with a flat back. Bring the hands all the way down to the mat. Tucking the chin. And tucking the chin. You can grab hold of the backs of the legs or bring your hands back behind you. Whatever works. You want to hold the backs of your legs to press your head in, or you can bring your hands maybe a little bit behind your feet. And stepping the left foot back. Step the left foot back. Lifting the chin up. Right foot back. Downward dog. Lower the knees. Squeeze your pectoral muscles together. Bending the elbows, lifting the tailbone. Here, it doesn't have to be a fast movement here. Just really feel it out as you draw your pectoral muscles together, kind of squeezing, bracing your shoulders and your wrists, lifting your tailbone. See if you can find some comfort here in your body. And really squeezing your elbows together as you start to lower down and beginning to straighten your knees, coming all the way down. Really very gentle here. Toes are stretched out, and then press up into the hands. Press into the hands, lifting the head, neck, and shoulders up. Press the sternum forward. Elbows come back. Curl the toes, lift the tailbone, lift the knees. So making a V, upside down V, the letter V. Shake out the head if you want. Let's step the left foot forward. Left foot coming forward, rocking a little bit here. Then the right foot forward. Lifting the head halfway, straightening the legs. Come on back down. Tuck the chin. Grab hold of the backs of the legs or have your hands down. Release. Lift the head up. Lift the arms overhead. Lengthen upwards. And palms together in front of the heart. Let's pause here for a few breaths, and then we'll do another one. Okay, ready? Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back down, stepping the right foot back. Exhale, the left foot back. Lower the knees. Squeeze the elbows, lift the tailbone. Begin to lower the head. And as your body is ready, listen to your body here to come forward and down in a very gentle way. Heel up. Press the sternum forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Back to downward dog. And the right foot forward. Followed by the left foot forward. Halfway lift with the head. Back down. All the way up. And palms together. Surya Namaskaram. That's a sun salutation. Let's do one more. Surya Namaskaram. Just like that. Inhale. Arms up. Exhale. Fold forward. Inhale the left foot back. Exhale the right foot back. Lower the knees. Gently coming down and forward. Listen to your body. Press the sternum forward. Lift the head. Upside down V. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Left foot forward. And right foot forward. Head halfway lift. Back down. And back up all the way. Little back bend. Palms together. Exhale the palms together. Okay, and rest. Take a moment just to pause here. Okay, so next we're going to do some sun salutation with some variations here, okay? So go ahead and come to the front of your mat, pressing the palms together. Release the arms up overhead and fold forward. Stepping both feet back, downward dog. Okay, shift forward into plank. Engage your core, and you can have your knees on the mat or off the mat, either way. Okay, lower down, come up, back to downward dog. And the right foot forward. Step the right foot forward, drop the back heel, make your way up to warrior one. And let's hang out here in warrior one for a little bit. Drawing your left hip forward. Okay, let's straighten the right leg. Interlace the hands behind the back. Squeeze the shoulders together, the elbows together. Step your back foot forward a little bit. Continue to draw the left hip forward. Square off the hips and fold over the right leg. Okay, lift the head up. So release the hands. Bring the hands back down to the mat. Stepping the right foot back to downward dog. Into plank. Engage your core. Your knees could be on the mat or off for all of these. Okay, lower down. Upward dog. Upward dog, we lift our knees up. So we're engaging our thighs here, engaging our core, and pressing or lifting our chin. Flip over the feet, flip over the toes. Downward dog. And step the left foot forward. Drop the back heel, make your way up, sweeping the arms overhead. Draw the right hip forward now. Adjust your feet as you need it. If you need to bring your feet closer, that's totally fine. Okay, let's bring the hands down behind the back, interlacing and squeezing your sternum, or pressing your sternum forward, squeezing your shoulders together behind your back, and then straighten your left knee, fold forward over your left leg. Drawing the head towards the knee. It doesn't have to touch. We're just drawing it towards in that direction. Okay, and coming back up. Lift the back up. Release the hands. Let's bring the hands down to the mat. Step the left foot back. Forward, downward dog. Really plant your hands, plant your feet. Shift into plank. Lower down. Upward dog. Back to downward dog. And let's walk the feet to the hands, lifting the head up, back down, and sweep the arms overhead. Palms together in front of the heart. Rest the arms in mountain pose, Tadasana. Okay, we'll come back to Surya Namaskaram with some variation. Let's take advantage of standing and doing some balancing poses. So we're going to do some variations on tree pose, Vrikshasana. So let's bring the foot into the calf or up onto the thigh. Either place, you can put it down here or up here. Okay. So either foot, you can start out with either foot. Once you find some stability in your standing leg, then you have some choices for your hands. In front of your heart. You can also reach your arms out if you want, or up. Let's find a easy balancing pose. Drawing this knee here back, just very gently. Doesn't have to be extremely back. You're just in that direction, moving it in that direction. And it's okay to lose balance here. Sometimes that's where we are. Find a sense of ease and concentration in your balance. All right, let's release the hands. Release the foot. Circle that foot around the ankle a few times. Let it rest. And then we can try the other side. If you want to try the other leg. All right, you gonna come join us? All right, reaching the arms up overhead. Bike's right here. We'll continuing to lengthen your spine upwards. And when you're ready, go ahead and release. Release the arms, start with the arms, and then release the leg. All right, take a moment to feel both feet on the ground. You need to circle your foot around a little bit, just release some of that tension. Go ahead and do that. All right, next one we can try, another balancing pose, is instead of having your foot on the inside of your thigh, you can place your foot on top of your thigh. That works for you. You could try placing your foot on top of your thigh. It could be near your hip or maybe near your knee. And then we're just going to bend our knee like as if we're going to sit in chair pose. If you were going to be in chair pose, except we just have one leg here to work with. And the palms can be together in front of the heart. Just hold there. This is a nice hip opener, as well as a balancing pose. If it doesn't work for you to have your foot like this, you can always just bring it into your leg and bend that standing knee. And let's just enjoy this here. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. release. Okay, circle that foot, the standing foot, a few times. And come on back to standing. Let's try the other leg. All right, just placing it on your thigh. Palms coming together. And bending your standing leg as much as you desire. It can be helpful to bend the knee. It fires up. You could feel some fire in that thigh. It's a really good pose for kind of getting our whole body engaged, getting out of our mind. Really fire up the legs like this. Takes balance, coordination, strength. Using our whole body and mind to do this pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Let's come into mountain for a few moments just to give the body a chance to recover. Okay, we're going to return to those sun salutation variations. So come on to the front of your mat, palms together. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Lifting the head halfway. Back down. And stepping the left foot back. Zoom. Go ahead and lift the chin up. Right foot comes back. Come into plank. Lower down. Peel up. Back to downward dog. And let's step the left foot forward. Come on up to warrior 2. And hold here. Consider bending that left knee. It's really firing it up a little bit. Then straightening, and we'll make our way to triangle. In triangle, we want to draw the right arm up and the left arm down. And then reach, if you like, reach your right arm over your head. Come on back up. Little micro bend to your left knee. Engage your low back, lifting the back as a piece. Right, let's circle the hands down to the front of the mat. Step the left foot back to downward dog. Let's step the right foot forward. Back heel down and make your way up. See if you can find your breath here, making it smooth and long. Reaching your arms in opposite directions. Squeeze your thighs together for support, for stability. Squeeze your thighs together. And then straighten that front knee. Make your way to triangle. If you have a block here, this is a good place to use it. Place your right hand on a block. Left arm stretching up, right arm stretching down. Maybe turning your head up or down. Continue to lengthen your back here. Very small movement, lengthening your back, especially your low back, and maybe even reaching your hand over your head. Make your way back up. Remember to put that little micro bend in your front leg. Engage your back, engage your glutes, your core as you lift up. Okay, let's circle the hands down to the front of the mat. And stepping both feet back. Shake out the head a little bit. Walk the feet in place. And let's lower the knees down. Come into child's pose. Just kind of rounding your back, bringing your elbows all the way down, rocking a little bit left and right. Squeeze your core together here. Okay, and then let's make our way back to downward dog. And lifting the right leg up high as it'll go. Bend the knee, lift the right hip up. And then sweep the knee forward between the hands. Fine pigeon. Uncurl your toes. Uncurl your back toes. Walking your hands towards your hips. Continue to lengthen up your spine. Lengthen up your spine. Press your sternum forward, shoulders back. Really, make some movement in this pose until you find a place of spaciousness and ease in your body. Then from here, if you'd like, we could bring our right hand to the inside of our right leg, bend our left knee, and possibly reaching back behind you for your left foot. You can try that if you want. Reach back behind for your left foot or your pant leg. Grab hold of your pant leg. Drawing your left shoulder, your left pectoral muscle forward to give a stretch to your left shoulder. Drawing the left knee down a little bit, maybe. Drawing the left hip down. Right hip kind of coming up a little bit. And let's release that foot. Bring the right hand to the outside of the right leg. And when your body is ready, we'll meet in downward dog. Continue thinking about extending your back, extending your tailbone away from your head. Okay, let's try that on the other side. So we're lifting the left leg up high, bending the knee, and opening the left hip up. You can look under your right arm. Maybe you'll see your foot, maybe not. And then sweep the left knee forward between the hands. Let it drop down. And now we're finding our nest, just like a bird finds its nest and kind of snuggles in, finding our nest. Find your perfect nest. Okay, if you want to join me for a little back bend, bring the left hand in front of the left knee, or just to the inside a little bit. Bend your right leg. Reach back behind for that foot. A little back bend, a little shoulder opener. Make sure to continue to engage your core here. Continue to engage your core. Tailbone coming down, right hip coming down a little bit. Left hip maybe coming up a little bit. Okay, let's release that foot. Stepping the left foot back. And let's stretch out the low back now. We've been working our low back a little bit. Let's stretch it out. Sitting back onto the heels. You're welcome to rock a little bit left and right. Just kind of work that out a little bit. Maybe a little rounding of your back here. You can bring your elbows down if you want. Let's make our way up to seated and swing our feet to the front of the mat. And make our way to Dandasana, staff pose. So we have for staff pose, we bring our hands just at our sides. You can have your fingers pointing back behind you or forward in front of you. Either way, find what works for your body. Either way, we're lengthening the back up, making an L with our body, toes pointing upwards. Just hold here in staff pose, Dandasana. This is a good starting place for all of the forward folds. We're establishing a long and tall back. I remember when I first started doing yoga, how concave, how rounded my upper back was, always like this. And Dandasana really helps us to kind of make the most out of our spine. Okay, let's bring the left foot into the right thigh. You can use your hands to help push your back forward, the whole of your back as a piece. Right knee could be bent or pressed down, either way. Reach forward, grab your toes if you can. If not, just grab your ankles or your calf and fold forward. Feel it in the back of your right leg, maybe in your middle back as well. This motion here of tucking the chin, right? We're going from this to this. Lifting the chin to tucking the chin. Feel the difference there in the back of your body as you tuck your chin. Feel the difference there. Continue to draw your navel in and up towards your ribs. Okay, and when you're ready, sitting back up and switching the legs. Let's find Dandasana. Bring the right foot into the left thigh. Lengthen up the back. And then reach forward and fold. Remember to tuck the chin, that motion of tucking the chin as you fold forward. Okay, and making our way back up. Stretch out the right leg. Make our way into boat. Lifting the legs up. Leaning the head back. Let's lower down onto the back. Stretch the arms out over the head. Stretch the legs out. Okay, from here, let's try bridge. So bring the feet close to the body. As close to the body as you can bring your feet. Bring your feet close to your body. Hands alongside your body. Pushing into your heels, lifting your low back up, coming up onto your shoulders. Walk your shoulders together. You can grab hold of your ankles if your hands reach. You can also interlace your hands underneath your back, or just have your hands on the ground at your side. See what feels better for your body. Really pressing your hips upwards. Squeeze your buttocks. Pressing your hips upwards. Okay, and as you're ready, lower your back down in increments. Lower your back down in increments. Let your back rest a few moments here. Let your legs rest a little bit. All right, so this next yoga pose, if you want, you could keep your hands at your side as we just did, or if you want to try bringing your hands over your head with your fingers pointing towards your shoulders. So your elbows are pointing upwards, lifting our back up, kind of a preparation for wheel pose. Kind of planting your hands down, elbows coming upwards, lifting your back, coming up onto your shoulders here. And if you want, you can try coming up onto your head. Okay, let's Lift the head back up, lower down, and rest for a few moments. So when you're on your head, you're not putting any weight on your head, or just very, very gently on your head. You try that again if you'd like. Bringing your hands just by your ears, fingertips pointing toward your shoulders, lifting your buttocks up, coming up onto your shoulders, maybe onto your head, maybe even lifting your head up. And then coming back down. Make your way back down. So bring the knees into the ribs. Rock a little bit left and right. Rock a little bit forward and backward. Just work out any kind of stiffness in your low back. Very gently. Forward and backward, left and right. Let's plant the feet down. Make a little space between your feet. Maybe 1 to 2 feet between your feet. Bringing the hands underneath the head and lowering the right knee down. The left knee kind of stays up a little bit. Right knee coming down. Just kind of hold there for a few seconds. So the left leg doesn't have to touch the floor. We're drawing the right leg down. The knees are separated a bit. Just kind of drawing the right knee away from the body. The knees are not on top of each other here. Okay, and then switch to the other side. Lift the right leg up, lower the left leg down and away from the body, kind of towards the foot of your mat. My mat, I just switched. The head of my mat is now the foot of my mat. So in my case, I'm drawing my left knee towards the foot of my mat. All right, and then come back up. Let's transition now to corpse pose. Savasana. Feel free to stretch out your legs. Let your arms rest at your side or over your abdomen. Just take a big breath in. Take a big breath in and hold your breath in. Squeeze your legs, your arms, lift arms, legs, and head. Squeeze tighter and release. Stimulating what's called the relaxation response, telling the body to rest, softening all the muscles around your eyes, around your forehead, really coming to an easy place in your face, letting all the muscles in your face soften. And then softening the muscles in your abdomen, in and around your abdomen. Letting all the muscles wherever you feel are stiff, tight in your own body. See if you can disengage those muscles. Okay, as you're ready, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll your legs and arms, make your way to a seated posture. Notice this transition from laying flat to coming up, being upright. As we end our class, feel free to continue the practice of seated meditation, just as we're sitting now, just to continue to sit in silence. If you have another 5 or 10 minutes, please do so.
And if you'd like to join me to dedicate the merits of our practice as a kind of blessing out into the world. May all beings be safe. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy.